Hello, hello, welcome to another live stream. Hello. I'm just posting that I'm live on my Discord because I haven't been doing that as often. Live talking about GIL news and plans for Dawntrail. Yay! All right. We're here. Okay, everything's working. Love that. All right. Hi, y'all. I just had to make sure everything was turned on, working, doing its thing. But welcome. We're just doing, I'm doing a quick little live stream. It might be long. Could be like 2 hours or so. That's pretty long for me nowadays. I used to stream like, it was like 4 hours a day. That's so ridiculous. That, to me, that's so ridiculous. That's a lot. That's a lot if you're someone making videos as well. But today we're going to be talking about GIL. We're going to be talking about a lot of things, but I made the focus GIL today, making GIL, because that was something that I was thinking about the other day, and something I kind of wanted to do recently is just find ways to efficiently make a GIL now, even though what I should probably be focusing on is setting myself up to make GIL in Dawntrail. I think that's probably the best option for everyone, is to make sure you're making currency that's going to benefit you with getting new items in Dawntrail, because that's really what's going to make you the most money sooner than later, because you're going to be able to make a lot of GIL selling craftable items, possibly gear, craftable gear, all kinds of stuff that'll be released. But I don't believe that'll be, the crafting gear will be released during the normal raid, because you'll have Dawntrail release, normal raid with the craftable gear, so you'll be able to craft for a week, and then Savage is released the week after. That's I believe that's the release schedule for that. Yeah, so that'll be fun. That'll be fun to make lots of GIL, because I'm not going to be doing or pursuing Savage. I might jump into the first raid maybe, but I won't be pursuing, like, you know, raiding every week, getting clears, re-clearing. I'm not going to be doing any of that this expansion. I'm just going to be focusing on just having fun with it, observing, seeing kind of how people do the Savage, and then going and checking out housing content that people will be doing, and event content and stuff like that. So that's what I'll be focusing on in Dawntrail, and creating my own events, which you'll see those in Dawntrail as well. I have a lot of things cooking, especially after we're done with my movie, House of Ice, that we're working on. The Machinima movie, we're still slowly working on that. Probably won't be done for a while. So we're just gonna be pretty quiet on that until we're really actually ready for a release, because we've given too many time frames that were unrealistic for that. So that'll be later in the year. Yeah, definitely later in this year. I cannot have it last longer than it can't be a 2-year thing, but it might be. I mean, it's close to a 2-year project at this point. It's pretty wild how that works out. But yeah, that's today's focus, and we're going to talk a little bit about news, some little news that's popped up in Final Fantasy XIV that was posted on the Lodestone, and just my plans for Dawntrail. We're going to talk about what I'm going to be doing, what you're going to be doing. Let me know below kind of what your plans are for that first week, kind of what you're going to be doing, how you're planning now for Dawntrail, how you're preparing, what your inventory looks like. Mine could look better, but it looks way better than it did. I need to get rid of a bunch of stuff, probably all these cracked clusters that aren't going to be used for myself unless I use them for materia and sell them. But yeah, that's kind of what I'll be doing, is all that jazz. What is this? Hingen cupboard? Let's desynthesize it, because I don't care. Cool. I'm pretty much done with Moogle Tomes. I'm not going to be doing any more of that, so I'm pretty much done with that. I've bought everything that I don't have with the regular ones. I could get maps and try to do a map before Dawntrail, but that's a pretty late notice for that, and I'd have to organize people. And I could get MGP, the MGP token. So if you have already gotten everything you want, you can get MGP tokens. If you don't like doing the golden saucer, you can get 50,000 MGP per 30 tokens, which is, I mean, you can get 50,000 a week, which is pretty good. I mean, that's almost doing, I think, like a fashion report a week. So you can kind of substitute that in a way. I think fashion report is like 60,000 MGP, but yeah. Frog Food, welcome in on YouTube. Frog Food says, my inventory is full of trash and I'm not fixing it. Well, there you go. That's the life you want to live. And I support that. I am not going to come to you and say, you must fix this, because that's the life you live. Now, I'm just going to have it like this because I'm probably going to be streaming the MSQ, or I'll be live streaming all the new content, and I'm not going to really have a lot of time to fix my inventory. So I'm just setting myself up for success because I'm going to be working and then working and playing once it releases. So I just have to set myself up so I don't have to spend any time on here fixing my inventory. Arcana Dawn, welcome in on YouTube. Hi friends, hello. What's up? What's going on? First, we're going to talk about a little bit of news in Final Fantasy XIV. Before I do that, let me thank my Patreon subscribers for all of y'all's support. Thank y'all so much. Thank you, Patreon subscribers. And a special shout out to Kanara and Waiting Zane. Thank y'all for your support over there. I really appreciate it, and always love seeing y'all comment and all that jazz over there. Thank y'all so much. But we're going to talk about a little bit of news in 14. It's not big news. It's just some stuff that was mentioned before Dawntrail. I've got it pulled up here. One of the things is, well, one they did make a post about congestion during Dawntrail launch and the ways they've tried to help that, and your options, which is way more options than last year, or last expansion. There are more options, more ways for you to alleviate, but you know, there could be some, I don't know what the best option is. But one of the things that they did talk about was recommendation automatic demolition, or the recommencement of automatic demolition on Japanese data centers. So if you are a Japanese data center player, they did recommence demolition for houses there. So be sure to go get into your houses now and before June 26th. Before June 26th, remember that next week is a 24-hour maintenance. So be sure not to forget that. That is something that I know a lot of people forget during new expansions, especially if you haven't done a new expansion. It is a 48-hour maintenance before the expansion. So the servers will be down for 2 days on the 26th and 27th, which I will be live streaming, and we'll talk about that a little bit later. I'll be live streaming another game while we wait for that. Hi, Cloud of the Tomo. Welcome in. Those tuning in, we are going to be talking about GIL and kind of your plans for Dawntrail and how you're making GIL now and how you plan on making GIL in Dawntrail, because it varies per person based on what content people do. If you're a battle content person, sometimes you will sell the crafting materials, but sometimes people want those because you need the crafted gear and all that stuff. Now I will be just trying to grind them, get them, and sell them and make millions of GIL, hopefully, because I won't be doing Savage this expansion, or really any nothing hardcore. I'll just be doing the extreme trials and Unreals. This expansion is kind of what I've set aside enough time for, because I just don't have enough time to do Savage. Nor do I just don't want to do Savage this expansion. It's just a lot of time and a lot of stress that I don't want to put myself through. But I might do the first Savage. I might do the first Savage of each tier, just to, because I can party finder that and usually do that in a week, and I'm usually fine. Cloud of the Tomo on YouTube says, how do I make GIL? I'm broke. I've spent all my GIL on Balmung, your Balmung girlfriend, and I can't even TP to Limsa. But on the other end, your Balmung, that's a way to make GIL, if that's something you want to do. We won't be talking about that here though, but that's a way people do make GIL. It is an option for some people. How do I make GIL? I don't know. I like to sell a lot of the craftable materials. I sell coke a lot. That's actually probably my way that I make lots of gil is I sell coke through turning in my grain company stuff, and I buy the coke from the vendor there and I sell it. And I usually make, you know, per 99, every 99 lumps of coke is, it's usually like at least 20,000 gil. So that's pretty good. You know, that's every time I do that, I make around 100,000 usually. So coke, so coke is a craftable material used to make one of the, it's used to make housing item that's like one of the furnaces that is like a crafting furnace. So it's always useful and people always want it. So you can buy that from your grain company using your little tickets that you get from turning in gear from dungeons, and then you can use those. That's the way I use my currency, is I just buy all the coke and I sell it. You can make lots of gil off of it because it's around each lump of coke is like over 200 gil each. Sometimes it's 300 to 400 gil, so you make lots of gil. So imagine 99 of that, because you'll accrue like 150 of it each time you turn in all of your gear. So it's a lot of gil that you can make. Does it get undercut a lot? I never see it go under 100. It goes up and down. It goes up and down. But it's like, it's one way, like, what else are you using the gear for? Are you going to desynth it and sell that materials? Or are you going to, you know, that's the option. So either desynth it and sell the materials, or, because people don't really buy, unless, I mean, people might buy the gear. Some of the gear you can't sell, but. Captain Crabcake says, last few times I checked my world map, coke prices are way too low to be worth it. Are they? I like it because, I mean, I got to use those tickets in some way. You can also buy the little packages, or the little chests that the grain companies have. I forgot what they're called. They're like little RNG chests that you can get, open them, and then you can sell the items from that. But they were like 250 each, which, I mean, if you're just looking for a way to make gil, it's not bad. Just to keep yourself above water. But yeah, they go up and down. It's like, sometimes they're 150 and then sometimes they're 400, you know. It's handed out like candy. But there is that item that is used for crafting it. So people use it for crafting. Usually whenever I sell, like, people buy that immediately. It doesn't sit in my summoning bell or my retainer whenever I sell coke. So that's why I like it, because it is something that people like to get. Now I've been experimenting with, I bought something with scripts, this stuffed Hraesvogr. And I wanted to see if people would buy this. Yeah. So far, no one has bought it because I think it's really overpriced for what it was, but it was the most overpriced item on Universalis. That's the website that I use to check all the prices. Yeah, my coke hasn't been bought actually. 237. You do have to adjust it because, again, it does get undercut because people are constantly selling it. But it's something it's convenient gil. That's why I like it, because I can just throw my items into my grain company and then buy the coke. And I know it's always there, and I know people will always buy it. That's why I like it, because it's just something that's consistent that people always buy. But let's talk about the news. The news. There is the Japanese data center recommencement, and then something that is not as kind of fun to talk about, but they did make a little, they did post something about the login queues and things that they've put into place on each data center to help it. There will be login queues though. Expect login queues, expect thousands of people in your login queue. Prepare that time. That's gonna happen. So just prepare for that at the least. I'm preparing for some of my evenings that I work that I may not even be able to get in the game, but I hope that's not the case. I hope that all of the data centers that they've been putting in place will help me, all these options will help me get into the game. And it sounds like Oceania Data Center, I thought they were closing it up again after Dawntrail. Apparently you can go there in NA from what I've read, but let me just read again just to make sure I'm right. But it does sound like you'll be able to visit there. I thought that I read somewhere where they were closing Oceania Data Center. It was just a test. They were closing it after Dawntrail releases, but apparently that's an option for those on NA. The only thing is that I'm worried about, will I be able to get into dungeons then? Are the queue times for the dungeons going to be super long because, not many people are going into there, but maybe not because it's an option that people will use. But we'll see. I'd rather wait in a dungeon queue than getting into game queue, I guess. All right, so data center travel within the same physical data center. So of course they have that. That's something that we can do now that's going to alleviate a lot of problems. Japanese data center, the number of non-home world characters that can log in will be limited. North American data center, Aether Primal Crystal will be unavailable for travel. Dynamis will remain available for, okay, so you cannot travel. It looks like data center travel, you won't be able to travel between these data centers during the release, which I think is a good idea just to alleviate problems, but you can travel to Dynamis. It will remain available for travel, and the maximum number of traveling characters will be increased compared to usual. The newly added worlds in the Dynamis data center are still relatively unpopulated and may be a helpful login destination when other worlds are experiencing high congestion. So great option, Dynamis. It is very empty. I have houses there. I frequent there. If you want a house, move your character to Dynamis. You'll have no competition whatsoever if you've been, wanting a house for so long. And it's a great option because you can just go to Dynamis, get a house, and then DC travel to Aether Primal Crystal. Well, not during Dawntrail, but during other content. So that is the downside, is you can't travel back here. Or you can travel from Dynamis back here, but you can. That's what it seems like, yeah. So travel between Dynamis and the other shards is fine. European data center, Shadow will be open to travel. So Shadow is your option for European data centers. The cross-region data center travel functionality, which has been public testing for some time and appears to be stable, will be usable for the 7. Oh, all right. So yeah, I don't think they ever said that this was a sure thing, but now they do. So now you can travel to Oceania Data Center. The traveling limitations on cross regions will remain as follows: Japanese data center, North American data center. So everyone can travel to Oceania Data Center. So that's another option. So if Dynamis isn't the answer, Oceania Data Center could be the answer for you. Japanese data center, world visits. The world visit system will be unavailable. Oh, okay. The world visit system will remain available, and the maximum number of characters. So can you not travel between worlds? That's interesting. So for hunts, if you're someone that wants to do like S rank hunts, I don't know if that's going to affect that at all. not being able to travel between different worlds. Or maybe this is just the world travel system that's on the main screen, because there's a button for that as well. I don't know if that means I'm just reading through this to make sure. Yeah, I think they just mean in the starting screen. So in your character select. Yeah, okay. So that's what they mean. I don't think they mean in game. That could cause problems in game. But it's still going to be hard for you to travel to other worlds in game. I wouldn't recommend that. You would be waiting in queue forever trying to get to like an S rank. I would wait on the S ranks until later. S rank hunts or A rank hunts, or just stay on your data center. You know, look for, there'll be plenty of hunt trains that you're not gonna have to jump to other worlds, not data centers, worlds for that. Okay, so they're talking about errors as well. Error 2002 when logging in. Maybe displayed when selecting a character in the character selection menu. This error is displayed when a login server is experiencing high amounts of traffic or when the number of characters waiting in a login queue for a logical data center exceeds its maximum capacity. This is a measure to prevent the server from crashing due to extreme traffic loads. Should you encounter error 2002 when attempting to log in, we apologize for the inconvenience, but ask that you wait a while before trying again. Furthermore, the aforementioned maximum capacity has been increased by roughly 50% compared to the launch of Endwalker. So that's great. That's a good sign. Error 2002 may also occur when you are waiting in the login queue. Longer wait times may mean an increased likelihood of being interrupted by connection issues due to packet loss, unstable Wi-Fi connections, and other network environment factors. In the event of a disconnect due to error 2002, the lobby server will hold your place in the queue for roughly a minute. If your connection returns and you manage to re-enter the lobby server relatively quickly, you will be able to return to your place in the login queue. However, if a certain amount of time passes before you return to the lobby server, your place in the queue will be lost and you will need to re-enter the login queue for the beginning. The minute sounds very short, but maybe it's not short. Maybe that's actually a long time. I feel like maybe 2 minutes would be great. That'd be nice. Automatic logout. In order to erase congestion, players who are inactive for 30 minutes will be automatically logged out. So if you're someone that likes to just AFK in the game, you're going to be logged out. If you're going to try to put something on your key so you run forward like this, it won't work. 14 will detect that. It'll detect that only one key is being pressed automatically. It has to be several unique keys constantly, or else it'll eventually just say, oh no, you're AFK, we're gonna log you out. So that won't work. If you're planning on that, it won't work. You will be shocked when you get home, or etc. Congestion status varies with each logical data center, but based on typical activity, the following times are expected to be especially congested. So 1 p.m. to 11 p.m. Pacific time, so 3 to 2 a.m. So anytime before that will be better to try to get on, but I don't know. We'll be getting on early on launch day, but on my other days, I don't know. I'll try to stream earlier in the day for NA, for all my streams. I'll try to stream 10 a.m. my typical morning time stream. Today is a weird time. I usually don't stream at like 5 p.m., but I have something to do later tonight that I forgot about. Words: preventative measures against server crashes. To prevent world servers from crashing, the number of characters that can move between in-game areas within a certain time frame will be limited. As such, the game may display unable to move areas due to congestion. Okay. Gotcha. When attempting to enter a different area, if this error is displayed, we ask that you try to change areas again or wait a while before attempting again. This isn't something that happens often though. Like, it's very rare. But they do put that in place. The only times I have ever had that happen is during it's during festivals or like the seasonal events. That's the only time I've ever had that happen, in Gridania specifically. Other places it doesn't happen, but in Gridania, that's when it happens, is during the seasonal events, when they first happen during the evening. So I never had this happen during Endwalker. So don't worry too much about that. But if it happens, it shouldn't. They have instances, so it shouldn't be a problem. Wait times for instance content. There is possibly that certain instance content, such as duties required to progress through quests, may experience congestion. For instance, duties required to progress a quest. We have devised methods to stagger player traffic during main scenario progression and have also implemented queue systems in case of congestion. Should congestion occur, your number in the queue will be displayed upon attempting. Also, there is the duty support system as well. So if you're having super bad queuing problems, or if you just want to do the story and you're worried about that, you can do duty support. Even on Dynamis, if you're worried about there not being enough people, duty support. I don't know if they'll have duty support for all the trials. They may. It's very possible, because they had one for Endwalker. So we'll see what happens there. I don't want to use it. I don't like using duty support. It's not the thing I like doing. I like playing it with new players. It's more exciting, and they're new people are more prone to making mistakes. So I like that. It's more exciting for me. So that's what I'll be doing. Instances of new areas. So yeah, there'll be instances. Selecting and confirming instance area. I already know this. But if you don't know, if you're new and you've never done instances, or if you've never done hunt trains, there are instanced areas. You just go to the Aetheryte and then you click like instance, and then you click the instance you want to go to. And then it'll show how many people are in each instance and how congested they are. So you can go to the less congested instance. If you're experiencing like lag, or you don't know kind of what's going on, you can try that. That's a good option. I've never had any problems with that myself, but you can try that. So there'll be live support in order for our players to be able to enjoy the new adventures. So you'll be able to, if you're having serious issues, and yeah, they'll be announced. If there's any issues, they'll be announced on Twitter or the Lodestone. So what's this 9002 error? These errors are general network connection errors caused by network disconnections. In the event of these errors being displayed, please check our status of your network environments. Yeah. So this is the most common error to get. It happened a lot during Endwalker, but they've done a lot to try to help alleviate that. The reason Endwalker was so bad was because of COVID, and because they just weren't able to implement servers. They weren't able to get their people out because of restrictions, so that they could not create the servers that they needed. And then Endwalker launched, and there was a huge surge of players because of, there was a lot of new big streamers that were playing, and a lot of interest was in the game during a time where it typically wasn't busy. So it kind of it just kind of exploded again, and there was more players than ever during kind of a dead time in the game. Most people know this, but for those who don't know, that's why they're going really in depth into this. I do expect them to probably do this I don't know if they did this in Endwalker or did like a full breakdown, but I expect they may do this every expansion, just breaking down everything, because I think it helps. Yeah. So yeah, that's all your options for those who are wanting to know. Oh, I turned that off. Dang it. Turn my screen off here. I did not know. You could not see for a minute. But yeah, that's all your options for all of the data center travel, congestion, etc. All right, so let's make some GIL. Now, I'm not going to be very efficient here today. I just wanted to put up the stream just to see what other people's opinions are on making GIL. So some people say that Coke isn't super efficient, and I can see that. It's something that I'm familiar with, so I just it's kind of like a comfy thing I maybe unhealthily keep doing. But so yeah, I like hearing what other people's options are for making GIL. Other than RP, I don't want to like get into that because I don't want to deep dive into that. But you can make like put up like a venue or whatever, and put up a cafe and make GIL that way. I've done that before. I've made a lot of GIL. Actually, the most GIL I made in a short period of time was from actually just running like a diner. And some people will just come up to you and give you 3 million GIL just because they're like, oh, this is cool. Here's 3 million GIL. So honestly, if you want to just put up a diner, put up a cafe, like here, you can make a lot of GIL that way. So not a bad option. Arcana Dawn on YouTube says, I've been selling and stockpiling. Oh, dyes. See, that's a good option too. Selling like not even the jet black dye or the pearl dye. Those used to be the ones that people would go for, but I personally think selling the turquoise blue dye, the one that's just a little bit less expensive, I think you can get a lot more GIL out of it. I personally think, because I think you can get more of it for less than it's about, at least for me, it's like half the price of that stuff, but you can get it for, compared to how much that other stuff is currency wise, you can get it for like a quarter of the cost of what the jet black and pearl white dyes are. So I get that and I just sell it. And I made a lot. I think I made 200,000 GIL off of all of my turquoise blue dyes. So I personally think that's the best way to go, but I think you can get any of those kind of top dyes are really great. The ones that you can get from Scripts or Island Sanctuary. So you could, if you've already gotten your Island Sanctuary stuff, or you just don't care for it and you just want to spend it on to make some GIL, that's a great option. Another way a lot of people make GIL is Unreals. You do the Unreal and you make lots of GIL selling the mounts. That's what I want to do in Dawntrail. I want to do the Unreals, make the faux currency, and just sell the mounts. That's what I wish I would have done already. I wish I would have just sold the mounts, because you can sell those mounts on the market board. They're not market board restricted, and you can make upwards of, I don't even know how much they go for on the market board, but I think the new ones go for like 50 million GIL or like 30 million GIL. I mean, it's a lot. If you've already, been saving up that currency, you can immediately buy the new mounts and just sell them on the market board and make, when a new patch comes, suddenly you've made 30 million GIL passively from just selling a mount that you bought from doing, after doing one full hollows. Do, 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 do. Do, do, do. And if you already have the currency, I don't think, you just have to go up to the vendor and then purchase it from them. It's that simple. So that's what I'm going to try to do. I didn't want to mess around with Thornton because I know that's a really hard extreme, but when the next one comes around, I think I'm going to try to do that instead of getting the mounts, because I've gotten to the point where mounts are they're cosmetics, and I'd rather have GIL than mounts. I want to have lots of GIL to be able to put together really cool housing experiences or show experiences for people. So that's where my goals are, and everyone's goals are different. So that's my thought behind that. And that really is probably one of the best ways to make lots of GIL. I think that's the way Mr. Happy did. He was talking about, like, I saw a post. It's a lot of people that do like harder content. They just make lots of GIL that way. And they're like, oh yeah, I have 99 million GIL now because I sold Unreal mounts. I mean, you just get a lot from doing that. It's very easy to do if you like that stuff. Now you do have to clear 2 times a week just to get the currency. Or, well, you can clear once, but you get more if you clear twice. If you get the re-clear key from the faux game. And then you can just do duty finder, you know, every week. Just do your duty finder and you'll make a lot of gil. I want to play black mage because I need to level my black mage. 8 minutes. Okay. A lot of people on right now. Getting ready. Doing adventure in need will get you more, of course. Should I do alliance raid? I don't want to do an alliance raid right now. I'll be a tank. We'll do a trial roulette. So yeah, easy way to make, you know, this is kind of the basic way of doing it. Just do your weeklies. Which, you know, to me it takes a lot of time. There's also the loves down here where you can turn in the tea. This is one way a lot of people always recommended to me, but if you don't like standing in one spot for a while, you know, kind of monotonous, repetitive tasks, you won't like doing this. I can't recommend it if you don't like that. I don't really like doing the turn-ins. I know the cookies were such a huge thing at one point. Seji, welcome in on Twitch. I realized my Twitch chat was covered. I'm really sorry. Seji, Lalo, hello. DJ Ferbs, hello. Seji says, I have been making money of my of your restaurant library. See, yeah, making money from venues is a great way to go.
I am Asura, and
I've
on
never
battle
pinked this,
I
so we'll see.
Have you the courage and strength to face me?
I'm also not any good at Dark Knight, but I can at least do it in normal content. Don't judge my gameplay.
Or will you bleed?
DJ, you're new here. Welcome in. I'm sorry, I like got really into what I was talking about and forgot that one of my
The frail shall fall.
screens was covered. Hello? They walked right into me.
You've not time to blink.
I did not forget about y'all. I just got really into talking about the news.
Before the might of the minutiae. Come forth, embodiment of carnage. Revel on the bloody field of war.
Maybe I should. I probably should point her that way because she like default points that way.
Sharp is the lesson. The weak shall perish.
Because I'm definitely just constantly spinning her right now. Of course, someone's a dragoon.
Unmerciful light shine upon you.
Oh, whoops. That. It's not good. I must pet Alpha. I will grab Alpha after this fight and pet them. I love watching people try to go around in a circle during this mechanic. You just do this. Go boop. Like, y'all don't gotta go around. Y'all don't gotta do all that. What's going on? You don't have to go anyway. They're like, I went the wrong way. I was like, you just go back and forth. I don't. Do we just wipe? We got a warrior. Do we just do it? No.
I will scatter your bones.
I'm just getting hit.
Show me
Sina
your
on
steel.
Twitch says, Arnar, the healers. We might be here for a while. Oh no. I gotta replace my mic. It keeps falling. Sarah's voice actress reminds me of Overwatch. Oh, Symmetra. Not really playing. I've never really played much Overwatch, so I don't know.
I am Asura, and on battle I
I
thrive.
don't know if anyone wanted to say anything. Just
Have
giving
you
people a
the
minute.
courage and strength to face me? Will you dodge or will you bleed?
Would you dodge? She says that.
The frail shall fall.
Now they're moving out of the way.
You've not time to blink.
Also, I'm sorry for anyone who I missed their comment. I feel really bad. I do have to admit, it is a lot trying to keep up with 2 full chats sometimes.
Tremble before the might of the minutiae. Come forth, embodiment of carnage. Revel on the bloody field of war. The spirit of battle awakens. Sharp is the lesson. The weak shall perish. Hear the gleaming edge.
Doo-doo-doo. Oh, you're a good Lollo.
Unmerciful light shine upon you.
Da, 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 da.
Behold the six-fold blade.
I see people try to go around in circles this time. Y'all, you don't gotta go in circles. You just gotta sidestep. And boop, over. Back over. Oh my word.
Fury be my strength.
Alright, now I'm saying something.
I will scatter your bones. Show me your steel.
Y'all. What's going on? Okay.
I am Asura, and on battle I thrive. Have you the courage and strength to face me?
It'll be okay. We'll make it through.
Will you dodge, or will you bleed?
I feel like that's a mechanic that has never been seen before.
The frail shall fall.
Sometimes the Chakran on
You've not time
Twitch?
to blink.
Chakran says sometimes the hammer is the only tool you really need. Sometimes my keys are the only typing words.
Tremble before the might of the minutiae. Come forth, embodiment of carnage. Revel on the bloody field of war. The spirit of battle awakens. Sharp is the lesson. The weak shall perish. Hear the gleaming edge.
Because yeah, this fight's gonna get crazier. I'm like, how are we gonna do this? How are we gonna do the crazy parts? Oh no.
Unmerciful light shine.
How are we
upon
gonna
you.
get through all the other parts if we can't do this part? Come on, healers, come on! Oh my god. I need at least one healer to know what they're doing. Just so we can get through this. You know,
Behold the sixfold
it'll at least
blade.
help. Alright, no circles. No circles. Just move. 1, 2, move. 3, move. People are late. Move. Ta-da! Much easier. Less movement. Y'all, I'm getting really intense. You're seeing my
Fury be
gamer
my
side come out.
strength.
I'm becoming a true gamer.
I will scatter your bones.
Alright, now move over here. Just like P3.
Show me your steel.
I don't know what's north. Okay, I can just check my mini map.
The spirit of battle awakens.
Is that my new quote? I need at least one healer that knows what they're doing. It's a good quote. It's true.
Show me your steel.
Let's get over here, y'all. Alright. Alright, we're good. Going back north.
Unmerciful light shine upon you.
At least they don't like cleave. I don't have to worry about that. Alright, to the sides. Out of the way.
the gleaming edge.
Oh, whoops. Where are you going? Over here.
Behold the six-fold blade.
All right, let's do this again. All right. No. Move right then left. 1, 2, here. Here. These healers. Please don't die. Here. See that? Follow me! Follow me, and you'll see a world of pure imagination.
Joyful is your downfall.
Someone get res? No? You have no one that can res. Well, we'll just see what happens.
I will scatter your bones.
I'm gonna have to like do a lot of mitigation here.
Will you dodge or will you bleed?
Oh boy, we're trying. We're working at it.
You've not time to blink.
I don't know which one's the Oh damn. Okay. Get over here.
Show me your steel.
Gotta use our little explodey thing.
The frail shall fall.
Oh god. We're trying. Come on.
The spirit of
I'm dead.
battle awakens.
No. Oh, I'm alive. Oh my god. Okay, okay. We're good. We're good. We're good.
Merciful light
I'm not a tank,
shine
y'all.
on
I'm
you.
not a tank. Where we going? Where we going? Where we going?
Steel.
Oh. Oh, okay. Where we going? Where we going? Where we going? Ah!
Hear the gleaming edge.
Oh, I did. I used the wrong thing. Okay, we got this. We got this. We got this. What did she do? What did she just do? Oh!
Sharp is the lesson.
Oh god. Oh god. Oh god, I gotta stay alive. I gotta stay alive. Go. Take it. Please take it. I don't need this. Take it. Ah! Kill it.
Behold the six-fold blade.
Yeah, they said it went so fast we couldn't keep up. It's because you're not supposed to go in a circle. It's fast because it's not designed to go that way. You just go, you step from one to the other. It's just like emeralds. Like you don't try to go from, you just go from the last one that hit into the first one, or however it goes. Those who've done that know what I mean. But we did it! Yay! We survived. We somehow survived. I'm giving the other tank a calm. Oh my word. Best is dark. I'm so bad at this class. I don't know what. I was like, oh yeah, I have an invuln. A really good invuln now. Like the way you can just heal yourself back up like that is so good. Used to not be very good, but I like how it is now. You don't have to rely on a healer to do well. Good job. Thank y'all. We did great. What a great... How wonderful. That's not what I expected when I was like, let's just do a trial roulette. I didn't expect it to be that way. But yeah, I don't... They didn't want to follow my circle. I was like, just follow the circle, please. We need the healers. Sad, but at least, you know, at least even if something like that happens, it's going to be really spicy and scary without healers, but at least we can still make it through, and it's not going to be like the whole world is counting on them. And I like that. I'm for that for like the normal content. Sometimes it could be a lot. Be quite a lot. Seji says boss invuln, yeah, that's good for trash pulls. Oh, for trash pulls, yeah. But at least the this ability here is really good on trash pulls. The Abyssal Drain. At least trash pulls, like, it's not like if you don't kill the trash pool and they kill you, you don't have to restart the entire dungeon and kill all of them all over again. Whereas a boss, yeah, you do have to do that. Shakrin on Twitch says, oh, for sure was dark for Eden raids, and then the required coordination between the white mage and me during invuln was sometimes sketch. Being able to heal yourself. Yeah, I hated that. I hated that as a white mage because I did white mage through... I think I did the first 2 Pandemonium raids series on White Mage. And the first one, like, I remember being... I hated people getting mad at me whenever I would use my benediction to save people. And I was like, well, you gotta wait for that if the Dark Knight uses their invuln. I'm just kind of like, what? That's just so... It's such a horrible, like... I want to be able to use my instincts to help and save people if people need be. If we need to save a mechanic or something. You know, it's just like a little too much to have to think about. But I definitely did not like that at all. Too much coordination. I just want to jump in, do the mechanics, get out. That's why I'm not committing to any kind of savage this tier. Just, you know, if I can get him and try some fights, that'd be fun, but I don't want to commit to having to go to the end, you know? It's a lot. And not something I enjoy. It's not the reason I play 14 either. Even though I do enjoy raiding, I did an ultimate. I'm very proud of that, but it's a lot of time. It's a lot of time. It's a lot of effort. Not too much effort, but like it's just a lot of time commitment. Kamar on YouTube says that was fun to watch. Thanks. I was not expecting that. That fight's not really. It's not. It's pretty simple. I did not expect it to be such a. But everything's different for everyone. But I didn't expect that one to be the one that challenged us. All it takes is for the healers not to understand, and then everything goes downhill from there. That's all it takes. That's the thing. If you want to be a healer, there is a little bit of responsibility there. Scary responsibility. But gladly we can still make it through, you know, at the edge of our, you know, on the edge of our seats. Seji says Dark is really good for boss. Oh, I just heard that. All right, what else? So we made some GIL doing a trial. We made what? How much GIL? Not much. I want to start. I want to max out my comedy. That's one thing I need to do before Endwalker. Just max it out, because we will want to use this, what this turns into, in Dawntrail. We're gonna want to use that. And I want to use all my causality. I believe that's true, yeah. We want to use all of our causality and max out our comedy. Or no, you can max out your causality and then transfer it into comedy, or transfer it into comedy later on. I'll forget about that. But it kind of halves it. But which makes sense. It's not like, you know, you're exchanging a lower currency for a higher currency, so obviously it would be halving it. Yeah, always blame the healers. They should learn to adjust better. Yeah, I mean, I think they're returning new players. It's fine. I like it when the things get a little bit spicy, when things can challenge me and give you something that, you know, as Kamar says, fun to watch. That's why I prefer it when people don't know what's going on. That's why I like mentor roulettes, but I haven't done mentor roulettes. We've done some recently, but they haven't been very exciting lately. It's just been like, okay, let's do this dungeon, and everyone's fine with it. Seji says, as a scholar main, please take damage at max level. I want to do stuff. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I want to have the fun of healing people. I like healing too. I've debated on either playing Pictomancer or healing going through Dawntrail, because there's something exciting and fun about healing. But I heard through the grapevine from people who have already tried out Pictomancer that it's quite difficult. Or well, it's not through the grapevine. It's all public knowledge now because the media tour is, you know, done. But well, I didn't find out this before the media tour. Just to be clear, I found out this from people who went to the media tour, and after they shared their info, I found out about it through there. So when everyone found out, I worded that. I made it sound like someone shared things that they weren't supposed to, but that's not the case. Yeah, people are saying Pictomancer is quite a difficult class. Some people have said it's harder than Black Mage, which I don't know. From what I saw, it didn't look harder. It didn't look. I think the lack of mobility of Black Mage makes it quite hard. So I don't know, but maybe I don't know. I don't play enough to know that. Side TV, welcome in on Twitch. Welcome in, y'all. We're just talking about GIL and our plans for Dawntrail, my plans for Dawntrail, how we make GIL, how we're making GIL and Dawntrail, what our plans are. We're just chatting about kind of next week and what's coming. What were you doing on your stream, Side TV? Kamar says it is simple when people know it. Oh yeah, on the fight. Yeah, but sometimes it's nice. Like if I'm watching a TV show while I'm doing weeklies or something, I don't want to be challenged. But when I'm streaming, I definitely do. I'm like, give me something to, you know, give me something to work with. Run into a mechanic, you know. Not me, other people. I'm not running into the mechanic, but others can. Side TV on Twitch says, I'm super excited. I just finished MSQ. Congrats. How did you like it? So you're caught up to, you've done 6.55? Doesn't it feel good to be caught up? It's like such an exciting feeling. You're going to have so much fun doing a new expansion. Inwalker was my first expansion. It feels so different than just a regular patch. An expansion feels like you've entered a theme park. There's something really special about expansions that feel like, it's hard to explain. It's so different than a main patch. It's so different. Like it's a whole other event, but it's exciting. It's fun. I love it. It's such a fun feeling. Kamara on YouTube says, I'm a summoner and healers are mostly what I have to raise. I think they get distracted more than anyone. Yeah, depends. Some healers aren't, you know, I play healer regularly and I'm usually the one raising other people. Typically, if I'm, you know, just running through normal content. But yeah, healers are the things I go to most. That's where all my main leveled classes are. I got my ultimate weapon on a healer, on white mage, on the one I cleared it on. Healing is fun. I like healing. I am still a little new to things, but I'm starting to catch on. Oh, cool. If you have any questions, let us know. We can answer anything here. We're really just talking. I'm learning things from other people. I wanted to do this stream not so that I can share all of my knowledge that I have. I don't know anything, but I wanted to learn stuff from other people, share things that I do, in terms of like making GIL. I'm not someone to learn from though. As you can see, I don't have a lot of GIL. I don't really pursue a lot of GIL. I make GIL and then I spend it all on housing items. That's what I do. And then it's all gone again. I think a month ago I had like 30,000 GIL at one point because I spent it all on housing items. Thank you for the follows, by the way. I appreciate it. Why is there, Seiji on Twitch says, why is there a rogue thief symbol instead of a ninja? Because I'm a rogue. They are like level 6. I haven't leveled them yet. Like I have 4 classes that are still not like even level 30 yet. But eventually they will. I'm working on right now. I don't really work on leveling classes. I don't hyper focus on that. But slowly I'm working on Bard and Black Mage. And once they're leveled, that'll be all my physical range, all my casters, besides Pictomancer. And then I can work on my tanks and my like ninja and I think it's ninja and monk. The ones I haven't leveled. I'm just not a physical. I'm not a melee player. I just don't click with it. I like tanks though. Tanking is fun. Melee I like playing it sometimes. I like samurai a lot. I actually really like samurai. But the other, I don't know, it just doesn't click with me as much. I like shooting things and shooting spells. I've always liked that in any game I play. I don't know what it is. I just like seeing like going. I don't know. It's a feeling. I really like it. Range clearly is. Seiji says good priority. Range clearly is superior. Some people, I mean, a lot of people really like melee. There's a lot of melee classes. Side TV says that's any game first day. True, but I mean, it just feels so different. It's hard to explain how. Like I don't know. New Final Fantasy XIV. I don't know. There's all this stuff that you typically wouldn't do in a main patch that you do in a new expansion. Like you see people running around doing the side quests and running around doing the fates and reading the fate lore, and it's just, I don't know, it's a cool thing. Some people just do all of the stuff in the first month. I don't know how they do it. They're like, I'm gonna do all my fates. I still haven't done that. Like, I haven't done it from Shadowbringers, the shared fate thing. I didn't finish that. I did it for a bunch of them, but yeah, like these two I did not finish. It's a lot to do. That's a lot of work. I'll eventually do it, maybe. I don't know. It's a lot of monotonous work to try to do that. The Moogle Tomes help though a lot with that, I will say. Like I was actually doing a bunch of fates, not realizing it in some of those places because of Moogle Tomes. So I really like that Moogle Tomes has that fate thing attached to it. Sometimes. Mini mog objectives. Well, they have the hunt here, but like fates, I think that's such a great. That's so great. Help us or Ultima Thule. So yeah, that's such a great incentive to do that. Melodic on Twitch says, I find shared fate grinds are best with a good show or a good group of friends. Yeah, anything like that that feels kind of repetitive, monotonous. Fishing too. Fishing is more fun though. I like fishing a lot. It's more exciting. It's actually really fun content to try if you haven't tried fishing. It doesn't feel monotonous like Fates. It feels like you're actually doing something and thinking about your actions when you're fishing. And also, hi Melodic, it's good to see you. Hope you're doing well. Cinna, welcome Cinna on Twitch. I love the redesign of the Moogle vent. Yes, right? It's so much more. It doesn't feel, I don't know. It just feels like something, it's the same, but not, well, not really, because you have all these other options. But I love it so much more. It's not like, here, do all these dungeons. People are already doing the dungeons. You don't need help. The game doesn't need help from an event to get people to do more dungeons. So why not do all this? Like, why not help the Fates be more active? Why not help fishing be more active? Why not? Fishing's already active, but why not let these hunts be more active? People do these solo content, treasure hunts, help the gold saucer get more people in it, you know? I think that's great. Merrick, welcome in on Twitch. Fishing is the best. It's great. It is a fun time. When is the next fishing boat? I do want to max out. I would love to max out my scripts before Endwalker. Both crafters and gatherers scripts. Well, I don't know. If I don't, I don't. It'll be fine. Melodic on Twitch says, hello, hanging in there, working and wringing every second out of me. They came before my vacation to Dawntraill. Yeah, I feel that. But I'm still doing my best to finish my yokai stuff before maintenance. Yeah, I don't know. I made the decision of doing like, I have my longest week, the week right after Dawntraill releases. So I don't know why I did that, but you know, I gotta do what I gotta do. I'll still be here streaming. Merrick says custom deliveries for the week are fast for scripts. Yep. Custom deliveries are great. Fishing voyages are really great as well for crafting scripts. Or yeah, ocean fishing. Oh, it's boarding for another 2 more minutes. Oh, can we make it? Probably not. I'll probably miss it. We can try. I forget that there's a 15-minute window. Did I do my weekly custom deliveries? I think I've done half of them. I was trying to do the most recent one because I haven't actually done it. I haven't leveled it up. But yeah, those are great. And if you want to make lots of GIL, if you're not someone that's crafting items for people, you can, there's a lot of good stuff there that you can sell on the market board. And from script vendors that will make you lots of GIL, like a whole lot of GIL. Same with the tome craftable items. Those especially, if you're not doing Savage, if you're not trying to get the crafted gear, you have the best gear, those are great to sell as well. Or if you're not crafting the gear to sell it, because you can make a lot that way as well. Oh, I think I waited 2 seconds too long. Oh well, that's fine. The most recent custom deliveries gives you Arenville's outfit as a final reward. Ooh, yeah, I'll definitely finish it. I didn't know that that was the reward. I just was not working on it for the longest time, and I probably won't finish it before Dawntraill because I mean I can't because they're weekly locked out. But sometime after I will. I always I always like to keep those full. And the great thing is about custom deliveries is that you have so many options. You're like, oh, which one do I want to choose this week? Though, of course, some have, there's always the few that have the increased rewards. And those are the ones you typically want to do when they're shown. If you can see here, timers, custom deliveries, one's going to have bonus. Yeah, it'll show a bonus. Arden has bonus. Ameliant's crafting bonus. Crafting and fishing bonus. Fishing bonus on El Tau. So yeah, you can just see here kind of like Charlemagne has no bonuses. But yeah, I gotta work on Margaret. But I already did theirs this week, I believe. Yeah, I did. Technically, you can do up to 12 different people. True, yeah, you can. You can do 12 turn-ins. So I've done 6. So I could do 6 more. So you could do 1 per person, too, if you wanted to. But I recommend doing 6 on one and 6 on another. So, because you can turn in, for those who haven't done custom deliveries, you can turn in 6 deliveries per day, or no, per week, per person, and then 12 in all. So 6 per person per week, and then 12 in all. Custom deliveries are a great way. They're just a great way to make GIL. Just selling stuff from the script shop if that's something that you want to do. There's also just stuff there. There's cosmetic stuff. There's gear for crafters and gatherers in the script shop that are really worth getting if you're a crafter or gatherer. Those are usually really great. Now I'm just running through Limsa Laminza. Oh, I was gonna go buy the tea. How fast is making and crafting the tea? I feel like it's a lot of time. I don't know how worth it is. Is it still really worth doing? I remember doing it once and I was like, oh yeah, I made a lot of GIL, but it felt like it felt like it took so long to do. I don't think it actually was that long. I think it was just kind of a monotonous task of crafting and then. But I know that people have macros that help. Yeah, these levs here. But you don't see anybody out here doing them. So part of me feels like that it's not really worth doing. Because with the cookies, or with the biscuits, my bad. With the biscuits, in Shadowbringers, there was always people out there crafting because it was just such a crazy way of making money. Like you could make $1 million every hour or something like that. But I don't know if I want to sit out there for an hour just doing the same thing. That feels like quite a lot. And always keep your retainers going too. That's another great way of making GIL. Also gotta grab my map for the week. Not me screaming click on it while you were talking instead of clicking. Technically you can do up to 12 different people. Wait, by turning in the cookies or by selling them on the market board? Or turning them in? That was how people made a lot of GIL and Shadowbringers. It's a free 100k a week, I think, so I do Culinarian. Like, you don't have to... You don't have to craft it? Yeah, I have coffee biscuits here, actually. Morgana, welcome in on Twitch. Thank you for the raid. I appreciate it. Welcome in, y'all. We're just talking about GIL. We're talking about money. How we're making money. Let me know what you're up to and welcome in. Did you hear coffee biscuits? Hello, Vultures, you did. Yeah, we're talking about previous ways people made GIL, and people would turn in coffee biscuits and Shadowbringers to make just millions and millions and millions and millions and millions of GIL. They would just sit, you just have like all these people around the Love Quest just making coffee biscuits. Now people are there making in the same spot as before, making the crafting relics, which is funny. So they can never leave. I wonder how those of y'all who crafted the coffee biscuits, if you went and did a relic, did you feel kind of like, oh, I feel trapped in this space? I never thought of that, actually. Do I feel trapped in this one spot where I will forever be crafting and doing macros for my whole life? Morgana on Twitch says, thank you. I was trying to sort some bit and then ended up doing Mentor and Wondrous Tales. Mentor and Wondrous Tales. We love doing some Mentor roulets here. We love the chaos. Viltress on Twitch says, that's right. We were funding a certain NPC's coffee biscuit addiction. Ooh. Morgana says, yes, you did the coffee biscuits. Yeah, I never did them. I never did the turn-ins, but it always felt like a worthwhile thing. Because there's all these videos of like, oh, turn the coffee biscuits. Now it's tea. But we were just saying we don't see anybody down there doing it. So we don't know if it's worth doing. We were wondering, you know, what is the main way people make GIL now? One cool way. Now, I don't know if y'all do this. But one thing I do sometimes, this is the silliest and dumbest way. But I just go into, let's see, let's go here. Unrestricted party. So if you want a quick 10k, quick 10k, I'll show you. Get some varnish. Boop, 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 boop. Just get your like dancer on. Sometimes I do this. It's a good thing just to like jump on and do like once a day, so you don't feel like, oh, I gotta do this constantly. Oops, went the wrong way. Go, go, go. Go, go, go. Seji on Twitch says, can one still make decent money off coffee biscuits? I don't know. I think they were nerfed. In terms of selling them on the market board, you might be able to get something out of it, but I don't know if they're like, I don't think they're like, they weren't like what they were before, I don't believe. All right, now you get the fine wax. And then you sell it. Or yeah, it's the fine wax actually, not the... Maybe it is called a varnish. Yep, 10,000. Because that's the only place you can get it. Oh, no one's bought mine. Maybe it's not a good thing to do. We'll see. We'll see if anyone buys it. But hey, it's there, and it's literally before the first boss, and you just run up to it and grab it. I don't want that one. I want this map. So the Elpis maps don't go for a lot. They were under 10k, so I just don't get them anymore. I try to get the ones... There's ones that spawn... You can pick up here in Ultima Thule. But there is a Manor Varnish. Oh, Manor Varnish is from hard mode. Well, maybe I should do that one then. And I hear you. Gosh, if they have anything like this in Dawntrail, I don't know. I think I'll just have to quit. Any songs like this that are just gonna make me cry? But I don't think Dawntrail's about depression, so hopefully it doesn't go that route and destroy us all. Anyways. Welcome back, Cloud of the Tomo on YouTube. Welcome back. Welcome, Croc on YouTube as well. I can't wait for the graphical update to play my favorite race, male Roganin. Yeah, they look great, don't they? They look like Roganin looks so great with the graphical update. They just look, they don't look flat. I don't know. Like their face doesn't look like a, I don't know how to explain it. I think they get, wait, I missed what I was reading. Was never able to play them until now, as whenever I tried on a type of armor with detail, I was just giant pixels. Yeah, their face just gets very pixelated. It's just not great. But yeah, it looks so good now. Especially like Fimro, like, I don't know, there's just character in their face. That's really what it is. It's just their face looks like there's a person there, and they have like, they look like there's a personality. So that's really exciting. Super exciting. I cannot wait to see everything with the graphical update. It's just going to make the game feel alive, and there's going to be, with the game feeling more alive, everything's just going to have, not even the characters, but the environments are going to have their own emotion and their own, more so than they ever have before. So that's so exciting. Cloud of the Tomo says housing items in general are gold mines. Makotes don't look like they're dead. Femara doesn't look like they've been possessed. That's what they always look like. Something I found out that's still great GIL wise is white rectangles. Wait, what's the white rectangles? Oh, like the housing items? Oh, okay. Are those craftable? I can't remember if those are crafted or if those are... Oh, also submarine voyages, if you have access to those, selling items from that is a gold mine, and still is. But that's a whole other rabbit trail that does upset people because if they don't have a house, and there's a lot of discussion around that. But if you do have that, use it because it's great. I haven't actually used it. That's the one piece of content I have not dived into is submarine voyages, and I would like to learn how to do those because it just feels really daunting for some reason. But I need to work on that because I can make lots of GIL doing that passively. As long as Soken is there, we'll be fine. Oh, where? Well, as long as Soken is where? Lucky Soken has done all the music for Dawntrail. Morgana on Twitch says, makes me think of the 1,400 person community version of the, oh gosh, Oh, yes, yes. Oh, I was part of that. I was one of the people that did that. The one that God, what's his name did? I forgot his name. The guy who does all the 14 music stuff. Not just the 14 music stuff, but a lot of music stuff. Forgot his name. But yeah, he's great. Alex McCall, yeah, he's great. Yeah, I was part of that 1,400 person community version. If you look in there, you'll find me. Just take a peek, you'll find me as one of the people. Arcana on YouTube says Husky by the Geek. He was involved with that too, I believe. He does his own stuff as well. But yeah, it was Alex McCullough did a 1,400 person community version of Go the Distance. It's not the name of the song. Oh gosh, the final area of Endwalker song. Melodic says I was in it too. Amazing. Yeah, it's great. Close the Distance. Go the Distance is a Disney song from Hercules. The Disney song from Hercules. Oh, okay, that goes for a nice amount. Maps are always good to sell because it's free GIL. No matter what the price is, it's always, it takes 2 seconds to go get your daily map and sell it, unless you want to do maps, which in themselves are a lot of, are more lucrative. Like you can make a lot more than 30,000 GIL doing a map, or you can make none. That's the risk you take. You can make like 200,000 GIL really in one map, just from all the items that you're getting from it, selling, and you can get so much GIL from doing maps. I wish I would have done maps recently, but they're not only a great way to make GIL, but they're fun, and that's really that's the best way to make GIL to me, is finding something that I can make a good amount of GIL on that's also fun and doesn't feel like a job. It doesn't feel monotonous, and maps are really such a great way of doing that. Arcana says, I know Husky did a 200 person instrumental. Yeah, I think I saw that as well. So yeah, they both do, and they've worked together a lot before, so yeah, they both do cool music stuff, musical content. Cloud on YouTube says they're craftable, the white rectangles. It's basically granite and limestone with distilled water and fine sand for mortars. Granite from Biethro. So it's cheap to make and is lucrative. Those are the best things. Anything that the items are easy to get, the items that are easy to gather, you can gather them in. Oh, Gridania. Okay, yeah. And I'm one of the people that buy those a lot. I need those all the time for housing venues and stuff. You sold like 50 for 500k. Yeah, because people need them. They are so useful. We need more like simple housing items like that are just like a white stick that you can, like a white pole that goes across, that you can just color different ways, that's just blink. Just anything like that is very simple, just like cubes in different shapes that you can texturize or colored in a certain way to make other things, because that's what a lot of people do, is they don't just place their housing item, they don't just place a chair here and go, oh, here we go. They'll like combine all kinds of different housing items into one. That's what I like doing when I actually do something. And you can do all of that through HG14 has a whole guide of how to do it. There's no mods involved. They have a whole guide of how to do everything with glitching and glitching housing items using just in-game glitches. So that's a really great resource for those, especially PlayStation players. But yeah, really great resource. I really recommend they have like a whole guide, like a whole PDF file guide of every item in the game, how high you need to raise it for it to stay up. Yeah, so it's a really great resource. Highly recommend. SciTV on Twitch says, someone DM me a list of plugins I can use on stream. There's a lot. There's a lot of that. There's a lot that exists. Oh, like, what do you mean? Like, just in general on stream? Were you asking about things specifically relating to Final Fantasy XIV? Because technically, I can't recommend you anything. Technically, I cannot recommend you anything if it's just pertaining to 14. Moon type ones? Like moon themed? I don't know about that. Cloud on YouTube says you can't use oh yeah, I don't know what that is. I don't know what that is. Yeah, I can't recommend anything. Nope. I don't recommend using them. Because yes, you can get banned based on TOS. If you use on stream, your account goes poof. Yep. I mean, it may take a minute for it to go poof, but if they notice that they can do it. They can make your account go poof. Because there's a lot of 14 streamers, but yeah, better not risk it. But yeah, any other GIL advice that y'all have that I have not mentioned? Technically, you can actually sell things from the VNC dungeons on the market board. You can sell some of the items from the shop. I don't know how much they go for, but you might be able to make some that way. If you like the VNC dungeons, that's a possibility. Also, Eureka. If you're not familiar with Eureka, it's kind of RNG, but you can actually make a lot of guilds doing Eureka. But I mean, let's see how many people are actually active in Eureka. I'm curious. I've already cleared all Eureka. I've done Baldessian. I did that the summer before in Walker. Selling your soul to Yoshi P, does that make you GIL? Maybe. You could try it. Have I mentioned Island Sanctuary? Briefly, we talked about dyes and how there are dyes on Island Sanctuary that I did use I sold some of that stuff. But you can always check on any of those, like Island Sanctuary, script vendors, what is market prohibited and what's not. And then my recommendation is go to the Universalis website. It is kind of a universal market board website. You can check all prices on the website, check it all there. And then you can see what is going for more money, and then you can basically buy what you think is going to make you the most skill. And then you can kind of, because the market board is always changing, so you never know what's going to be happening today, what's going to be happening tomorrow, what's going to be happening in your data center versus another data center. Always check the Universalis website. I think it's a really great resource for those trying to get really deep into the market board. I don't get deep in the market board. If something makes me GIL, it makes me GIL, and then I'm, you know, it's not like 14 does a pretty good job of not making it to where you're gonna run out of GIL unless you're a housing person, and you will run out of GIL. Hopefully I'm hoping they'll implement what's happened in Island Sanctuary with the duplicate item system, where you can like get one item and then duplicate it onto your island. I hope they put that into your housing system, because it would save so much space. Though it would lose a lot of money for those who make money off of those housing items. So we'll see how that goes. But it would help a lot for those creating houses, because it's hard. It's really difficult. It's a lot of GIL and resources. Merrick on Twitch says some of the glams from currency from variant sell very well. You have to check the market board. Yeah, so you can sell glams, items. So variant dungeons are not a bad way of making GIL. And I think you can get, I think you might be able to get these from that. Yeah. Yeah, you can make tombstones out of these. So you can passively farm tombstones while getting items to make GIL. And it's not RNG, so you can just, you know, sell the glam if you don't want it. The glam is really great though, so I always get it because it's just always, I think from all of them, they've been really great. Merrick says, I find variant dungeons very fun, actually. I like them a lot. I like the Criterion dungeons a lot. I haven't actually cleared any of them, but I find them really interesting. I think the idea is fun. I'm glad they're bringing it back for Dawntrail. I like the idea of you do a boss and then there's like kind of a puzzly area, which we don't see that. We don't see a lot of that. We just see a lot of just boss fight, and not a lot of the content that feels very like Delubrum Savage, which I think is so cool. I love that. I love Delubrum Savage. I haven't cleared it. I made it to TA. Still can't get past it. Maybe I'll try that once I, later down in Dawntrail again. Try to get together with a group to do Delubrum Savage, because there's people who are constantly doing it. I love that whole like puzzly dungeon feel that is outside of like a boss fight. I think it's just fun and cool. Morgana on Twitch says, I was going to say, while it would save space, it disincentivizes use of resources if you can just duplicate housing items. Yeah, people would not craft as much. Yeah, that's the difficult part. Yeah, but maybe we can stack them. That would be the greatest thing, if we could stack them in one spot so it doesn't take up, I don't know, as many like maybe you can have 20 or so of the same item, or 99, but it only takes up one slot. That'd be great. Or like one slot in your storage, not in the house, and not in the actual house, but in just the storage space. That would be great. That's my hope, because I can understand the limitations of the actual physical item being placed, but in the storage, it's just another inventory. So I hope that it's different. But I'm not a game designer, so they might have to preload it and stuff, and all kinds of other complicated things I don't know anything about. Arcana says they did say they were increasing the item spaces in 7.0 something. Yes, by 7.4 they will have them increased. But that all they said was housing spaces, like housing placement slots. They didn't mention anything about any other systematic changes, and I hope they do. But just having more placement slots is amazing. It's going to help create so many more amazing, like I know so many people that do really immersive venue, like really, really cool things that already have plans, expansion plans in place for whenever this comes. The puzzles are fun. The stories are good also. Yeah, I haven't done the last two. I love the first one. I don't think I've done. I think I've only done one path from the last VNC dungeon. I haven't done a bunch of the bosses there. Let's see if there's anyone in Eureka right now. I'm just curious. We want to go to Pagos. No, we want to go to Animos. Wait, no. Pyros. So it's Pyros and Hydatos, the two last ones. That's where people farm a lot. You spend a lot of time there. The first two, you don't really... Not worth. And they do the bunny fate. They hang out here. I prefer Hydatos because I don't like all of the space. Do you have to traverse? Or it's like right here is where people congregate. Morgana on Twitch says, I think the store should have the same amount of space because you need to have enough space to empty a house in order to transfer. Yeah, I think it should even have more space because of the need to transfer. Like, if you want to like move items from your actual house to transition into another design, it's so hard to do so right now. I had to just delete items. I have an apartment that I can shove things into. Like my apartment right now is just I shove things in there. Same with my FC room. It's just storage. But it gets to the point where I'm like, I just need to sell things because sell or desynthesize and sell the materials. The same number of slots as the number of slots in the house. Yeah, I think they are though, aren't they, or no? But yeah, so there's a nice amount of people here doing the fates. This is the bunny fate. I can just show you a little bit of it. Get a little idea. You just do the fate, and then you get a bunny. That will show you to a treasure, and there's a chance to just get 100,000 gil and a possible mount that is worth millions of gil. So you get these little bunnies here. There's also the chance that you don't make a lot of gil. But this is honestly a great event if you're busy and you just want something to passively do. You're working on something, you're working on some work, and you're like, okay, I'll log in, and do I have a bunny? Okay, I do. Alright. One thing is that you do need to look for your treasure because the event is basically paused until you do so. Far to the west. I want to go this way. Merrick says, I have not done Eureka. Is the story there good? Some people love it. It's okay to me. It's interesting though. It's very Kryl focused if you like Kryl. And there's some characters that you've seen in Walker that are referenced from Eureka. Like very briefly. It's not like anything super important. But actually there's a lot of stuff in Dawntrail that is going to be referenced from some people that you're kind of introduced to from this story. But it's not going to be that important. Like all I'll say is that this story isn't like it's not swimming in deep lore that you need to know. It's pretty, it's not super, yeah, the story isn't super dense. Very spaced out. Oh, something to the west, okay. And we got a silver coffer, which gives me what? It's actually not bad. We got 25,000 gil, some materia, and a curative logogram. I think with the bronze one you get 10,000. But yeah, it's not a bad way to make gil if you just want to slowly do something and work on something else. This is not a bad place to go. Because yeah, that was just 25,000 gil right there. And we just jumped in here and did the fate and came over there, 25,000. That's twice as much as doing a duty roulette. I'll do it then. I like more cryo. Have you done Bosja? It's similar to that, but a little different. And it's a whole different system because you have this thing here. You traverse it very differently. It is kind of it's a lot to do. it takes a lot of time to get through because there's a lot of grinding the same enemy over and over and over again. That's something to keep in mind when doing it. But Baldestian Arsenal, I think it's great. I think it's a really fun thing that I recommend everyone try and clear at least once. It's kind of like an extreme dungeon in a way, but not super hard. Like I didn't find it incredibly hard. Morgana says Baldestian Arsenal is epic. I love it. I think it's such a cool piece of content. Welcome Panka on Twitch. Pancake and syrup. Eureka is awesome. Also, you can get ORB. What is ORB? There's some nice mounts you can get from that bunny fate that I was doing. But it's basically a whole other system. But it's always pretty, I mean, there's always people here. People always talk bad on Eureka. I think it's mostly the people that farmed the relics. Because everyone that I've heard that's had to farm and grind relics here, it's never been a good thing. But just in terms of the Eureka system and exploration and doing like the bunny fate and just going and doing Baldestian Arsenal, people always say they love it. They really enjoy that part of it. So I definitely recommend it. Just know if you hear bad things about Eureka, it's usually about the actual relic grind, not the Eureka itself. Merrick on Twitch says, but I only use 2 mounts, my chocobo in my car. Yeah, I like hitting my random button a lot. Merrick says, I have friends that love Eureka. It's nice. It's nice. Just note there will be some little there are some lulls where you're just going to be hitting around like the same group of enemies, just killing them over and over again. One of the greatest resources for anyone doing Eureka, go to the challenge log, go to other, and there you have it. This is your like saving grace in Eureka, is just follow this challenge log and you will level up much faster. It's the other tab here, and you'll be able to, it'll give you EXP rewards, and you just kind of follow what it wants you to do. And that's every week. So like you can just do this every week, and then once you're done, you can like leave Eureka and come back next week, and then it'll be kind of like a gradual climb. That's how I did it, and it was much like if I didn't have that challenge log, it would have been horrible. It would have been such a grind. And there's also often like fate trains that run around. So there's the bunny fate people, and then there's fate trains. And sometimes there are people, like there's people running around right now getting stuff. Some stuff that you can sell. You can make actually a lot of gil from some of the items you get here. People are just talking about soup right now in the chat. Where do I need to go? How do I leave? Right, in all these areas you have to leave like a peculiar way. I think I need to go this way. Yeah, there we go. Now Bozja, I don't know exactly how to make gil there. I might sell things from there. I don't know if they're like go for a lot. There's stuff that you can get there, like mounts and stuff though. Like the Gabriel mount, the golden Gabriel mount from the... Man, I miss doing the Eureka dungeons. Those are so good. Like Dalriada, I loved Dalriada. That was so good. I remember doing it for the first time. We barely made it because we were trying to figure out, it was like day 2 of it being released, and we were trying to figure out how, especially there's this 2-sided walkway thing. We're trying to figure out how does this work. I love that. That was so cool. And the final boss was so just quick and fast, and it was just really good. And that story was great. I loved that story. Loved the Bozja's story. I loved Bozja. I thought it was great. I don't really want to farm there though. You know, I don't want to farm fates there. I think after doing it in Walker, whenever I was starting out in Walker, that's my other question is, how are y'all going to level the new jobs? Pictomancer or Viper? What do y'all think is the best way? There is the deep dungeon. Part of me wonders, is that even a really efficient way to do it? There's of course dungeons, but you know. There's dungeons, there's Duty Finder. So I don't know. To the Pancakes on Twitch says, we have tier 3 FC buffs primed and ready to go, and we're gonna hit up dungeons and deep dungeons. All right. Yeah, use those FC buffs. I forget about those. I do need to utilize my FC buffs. So yeah, FC buffs are really great. Have some food on you. Always be eating food. That's another good way of leveling leveling your classes. Any food you can have. Doesn't matter what it is, just eat it and it'll help you. You'll gain more XP just from doing that, from eating food. If you have the pre-order, which I don't think I'm going to be able to get, they will get you, or no, I think with every pre-order you get the earrings, right? Yeah, the EXP earrings. It's the EXP earrings and the minion. What's his name? Oh gosh. Final Fantasy IX minion. Velocilaughter, welcome in on Twitch. Double Wondrous Tales for, oh, you're right. This week's and next week's. Oh man. Right, because you can turn them both in. So I can, I didn't realize you could keep both. I'm learning things. Right, okay, let's go grab our Wondrous Tales. Seji says, I also prepared some quests to hand in on Picto, and next week I will prepare the weekly agenda. Yeah, so one thing you can do, as Seji said, is go through a bunch of the side quests in Final Fantasy XIV. like the ones that say like 80, that it'll sink you down to 80. Go and just get all those up to almost completion, and then you can go around and just go boop, 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 complete all of them, and you can get to level 81, and then you can do your tribe quest. Do the the Arcasadora, sorry, the Arcasadora tribe quest. Before and after daily reset. Yep. Those are some great quick ways to get those characters up so you can do them for the MSQ. Do, 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 do. Do, 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 do. I think it took me a couple of days to get my Pictomancer up and level. It was a lot of work. And I do remember I did Bozja. Oh, I don't want to learn about Wondrous Tales. Dun, dun, dun. Just know that next week's Wondrous Tales, you will have to do it pretty quickly because what is the 26th? Yeah, you'll have to do it on Tuesday. So in that day window, you'll have to get everything done before maintenance on the 26th. So just be sure to get your Wondrous Tales done. The second one on the 25th. The Spross? Or that Spross? Okay, what do we have on our Wondrous Tales? I haven't done a Wondrous Tales in a minute. We have a frontline. We have Zodiark. And one neat tip about Wondrous Tales, if you've this is one thing that I just didn't think about. You can unrestrict a party and do like Sestasha and just breeze through it and get this done. You don't have to run through it regularly. You can it'll count if you do that. Just like the extreme trials. Same with these. It's just one of those things where I didn't think about it. I was like, oh right, you can do that with these too. These not hard content. You can just breeze through them and it'll be much quicker than trying to queue up to do a 1 through 49 dungeon. So definitely consider that. Not a bad idea. If you're trying to do it in the quickest way possible. And of course you can do the second chance or the retry. Do a retry and then just spam the extreme trials that you can just one-shot with your characters on an unrestricted party. ARR and Heavensward. Seju says, oh, I grabbed some daily hunts, ARR and Heavensward. Yeah, hunts are great too. I forgot about that. They were not bad ways to level your characters up. And fates. Fates are great. Fates are actually really great, especially in the next expansion. I think it was between fates and dungeons were the best way to level your character. And I feel like it'll be the same as well for Dawntrail. Fates are just a really great way of leveling up, getting good EXP. The EXP you get from the challenge log, fates. Well, it's not going to show you here. But yeah, see, I'll get all this EXP reward if I do 5 fates, 10 fates. It'll be like 1,000,000 EXP for Pictomancer or Viper at level 80. So think about that too. And this is the reason why fates are lucrative, is because of this challenge log. Lev quest. I don't know. I feel like those take a long time. But they might be a good way to get some stuff. Just checking to see if there's anything else. Yeah, and just doing dungeons, you also get this extra EXP reward from doing 3 duty 3 dungeons via the duty roulette. Complete 5 dungeons, you get another thing of EXP. So that's also great. Guild tests, doing 3 guild tests, you get that EXP reward. Complete 10 guild tests, that EXP reward. So these are some great things to think about. Complete and mark off 3 wondrous tales. You just get GIL for that. Stormblood is where it starts getting tricky with soloing. Yeah, there's no reason to do that. You should be able to do everything you need to do with just those 2 expansions. Seiji on Twitch says fates are definitely one thing I will do for if I'm at like 80 to 90% to the next level. Yeah, they're, I mean, you're gonna get a lot of EXP. It's kind of a shocking amount when you do when you finish the challenge log fates thing. It's a lot of EXP that you can get off of that. And then of course there's the deep dungeon. I might jump around. I'll be jumping around to all kinds of different things to level my Pictomancer, because I'm just not the type of person that likes doing the same thing over and over and over again. It starts getting really monotonous. And I think it'll be a great opportunity for on that first stream for me to show everyone all kinds of different ways to level. I give y'all all the options you need and just try a bunch of different stuff. So for my plans for Dawntrail, just in terms of streaming, I will be live at 4 a.m. on next Thursday, right before launch. I'll be live at 4 a.m. That's my plan, unless something changes. Because it's very possible, usually it goes live at 6 a.m., but it's very possible and probable that it'll go live around 5 a.m. So just note that, because they do like to go live an hour, 30 minutes earlier sometimes, just to start getting people in before the official 6 a.m. launch. It could be pushed later too. It's possible it could be pushed to 8 a.m., 10 a.m. if they have issues or need to wait longer. So anything could happen, but I'll be live at 4 a.m. We'll do a little party. We'll play some games. I'm looking up some cool party games to play for chat. I'm going to make sure that YouTube can be integrated into those to make sure everyone can play. Yeah, so I'm looking up all kinds of things for next weekend or next Friday so that it's fun. So queuing is fun for y'all. That's one thing I want this to be, is a place for y'all to come and hang out and chat about other things than the queuing. If you're waiting for queue and you just want to do something and be with other Final Fantasy XIV players while we wait together, I want it to be a positive experience. I don't want you to not be able to talk about queuing and how it sucks, because it's gonna suck, but I don't want the chat to just be people complaining about the queue, because that's what Endwalker was, and it just was not, it made it not fun for me, and I had to mute chat through my whole playthrough. So I just want to put that out there. It's just think a little bit, or read the room a little bit if you're gonna talk to other streamers about how bad queuing is. Then I'm always here for y'all. I always tell y'all it sucks. I'm never gonna tell you, I'm not gonna try to sway you in some sort of positive direction whenever it's just a lie. But I don't want 50 people that I've never seen before coming in telling me about their whole life story. That's how bad it was. It got a little bit intense, and I had to just mute chat because it just was people I've never seen before, and like 20 to 30 people dumping on me all kinds of stuff and telling me that I need to be angry about things. I'm just trying to enjoy the game. Then I think a lot of people don't understand the level it gets for streamers during the expansion release when it comes to the queuing and stuff. But I'm going to be queuing. I'm not going to be in the same situation as before. So I'll be probably, waiting up late trying to get in the game. Twitch ain't your therapist. Yeah, I became a therapist a little bit. It just becomes a lot. But, just again, read the room. If there's only a few people talking about it, it's fine. But if you just see people dumping, don't add to it, please. Because I don't want to mute the chat. So I just want to put that out there just so that it's out there. Because I want to enjoy my experience, and I want other people to enjoy their experience and come here to hang out with us and play some other party games or Jackbox or whatever I can come up with that will be fun to play. I think that's a great one. That one you don't have to integrate into the stream. People can just play for free. Pancake says, I'm gonna get snacks to be ready for Q Ultimate. Yes, I'm excited. Excited for Q Ultimate. Hopefully it won't be as bad though. You know, that's I'm expecting the worst, and I'm not making a bun boy this time, so that's one good thing about it, is that I don't need to make a new character. I'm going in as Bunny Boy. I'm not making a Fim Hrothgar. I think that did extend my queue, was that part of it. Seji says, remember to download patch as it becomes available. This time is on Lodestone. Yeah, so be sure to do that. That'll help you get in the game as soon as possible. The download, it becomes available well before the game launches, so I mean, just like any other game. So you can download it, pre-download it, have it ready to go. Another thing is patch notes. I don't know when those go live. I can't remember if they go live. I think there might be some preliminary patch notes on Monday. If so, I'll be live for that. I haven't planned that, but if there's patch notes, I'll pop up a stream. We'll go over them and chat about it, and we'll break down whatever I see and, you know, talk about it. I'll definitely skim over like, oh, here's the MSQ, and you know, here's all the stories that'll be there. But I'll tell you all where they are, where the locations start. It should just be where they left off. But I'll give y'all coordinates to track, so y'all know. Hopefully, if it is Monday, I will be able to give you all that information, and then you'll be able to park your character where you're going to start. So if you're going to go to Pictomancer, park your character by that NPC. If you're going to do MSQ, park your character there. That's a really great idea, so that you don't have to, you know, fight with loading into other areas and stuff like that. So that's one thing to prep before you log out. Before the maintenance, park your character where you want to start the game. You just remember to log out in Gridania. There you go. Yeah, I think that's where Pictomancer starts, right? It's Gridania. I believe so, because it's Moogles. Moogles are involved in some way. And I think Viper is Ul'dah. But we'll get that confirmation. They didn't, did they confirm that in the live letter? We'll definitely get confirmation in the patch notes. But I believe there'll be patch notes on Monday. I don't know, but I think they usually drop a prelim patch notes before there is a before the maintenance, so you can read those before the game goes down. And if I'll be live whenever those go live, as long as I'm not at work. If I'm at work, I will go live as soon as I get home. So that's my plan for this week. And then on the 26th and 27th, as the game is down, we'll be live covering a game I haven't played before. We're sponsored by Square Enix to play Octopath Traveler. I got Square Enix provided me a game code for Octopath Traveler on PlayStation. It just released on PlayStation 5 recently, and some other consoles as well, but I'll be playing on PlayStation. But we'll be playing over a couple of days, a couple mornings. I'll be just looking at Octopath Traveler. I've always wanted to play, and we'll get to play for a few days. I'm not going to be playing the whole game until maybe after Dawntraill, but I wanted to just kind of give y'all a new player's kind of first experience of the game, because it just looks great, and I love that kind of pixelized style. So yeah, we'll be doing that over the next few days. At least one of the days. I've scheduled it to be 2 days, but if something happens, we'll do 1 day. But over the next 2 days that the game will be down, so you'll have something to do and hang out, or a place to hang out while you can't play 14. I will be live, so there's that good news there. All right, so that's it. I will update the rest of my schedule on my Discord of whenever I'll be live for Dawntraill. I haven't figured out exactly, like, okay, whenever I need to put time here and have time here, because I'll be streaming a lot. I'll be live a lot on my YouTube and Twitch, so expect a lot of live streams for the new patch. I'll be live, just a lot. I'll be on here constantly playing and looking at new things. Just know at least the first few streams won't be MSQ. maybe even for the first week, I might be leveling Pictomancer. I might not get to the MSQ until the middle of, maybe until the official launch on July 3rd. So those who don't want to be spoiled, note that there won't be any spoilers. The only spoiler that you can expect is the first quest of Pictomancer. That's the only thing you can expect. If you don't want to see that, just be aware of that. I will definitely make a note of that when I'm live streaming, and I'll say, hey, we're doing the Pictomancer quest. You might want to mute until I'm done with it, and then you'll see when I'm done with it. I'll just be doing the first quest of that, and then once we get caught up to like level 90, we'll go back and do all the quests for it and get the ability, and then we'll start the MSQ. That's my plan for that, and that'll take a few days. It takes a while to level a character that high. So yeah, that's the plan, and I'll give you all those details on my Discord. So be sure to follow my Discord for all updates on what's going on and all that jazz. So I guess y'all could probably tell we're pretty much ending the stream now. I will be live again, definitely for the patch notes whenever they are. I don't know if they're going to do them early. I think they do. I just can't remember. It's been a few years since a full expansion, because mostly during new patches, the patch notes come out during maintenance, but I think it's different for an expansion. So we'll see that. But for anyone new here, be sure to like and subscribe, or if you're a regular viewer, be sure to like the stream and follow me on Twitch. If you're on Twitch, be sure to consider my Patreon, and again, thank you Patreon subscribers. There's some behind the scenes content, a kind of sneak preview of new social venues I'm creating, social games I'm creating in Final Fantasy XIV later on after Dawntrail, sneak peeks at my movie that I'm creating, all kinds of cool stuff over there. So thank you all for subscribing over there on Patreon. It's a huge support. I really appreciate it. Thank you all so much. And also, I did start a merch store last month. We launched a merch store, so we have these cool items there. Maybe sometime after Dawntrail, I'll have a few more there, but we're just gonna kind of keep it as it is for now. There's some cool items over there if you want to check that out. That's found in the description below as well, I believe. And yeah, join the Discord, and as always, good luck on your adventures, everyone. I'll see y'all for the patch notes. I don't know when that is. I think it's Monday. If I don't see you then, I'll see you on the 26th for Octopath Traveler. And yes, we are sponsored. Thank you again, Square Enix, for sponsoring my streams next week. This stream isn't sponsored, but I will be playing it next week, and I'm excited. I don't really know anything about it besides it's kind of a modern pixel turn-based. Yeah, it's like a turn-based kind of cozy tactical Final Fantasy style game by Square Enix. So I'm just really pumped for it. And then Octopath Traveler 2 is also on is also a cool thing that maybe I'll play after Octopath Traveler, because a lot of people love this game, and I'm really excited about it. But as always, I really appreciate y'all. Thank you, Seju. Thank you, Merrick, Pancake, Cloud, Arcana, everyone who came into the stream today. I really appreciate it, and I'll see y'all next time. And as always, good luck on your adventures, everyone.